I know. Let's go ahead.
A very good morning to you, sport lovers across the globe. Welcome to Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM, my radio, your own radio. It is the Tuesday edition of the show. Quickly, a look at our top stories this sporting morning. Bill Russell dies at the age of 88. Team Nigeria lose to India at the Commonwealth Games. Nigerian athletes prepare for the Under-20 Championships. James Maddison is set for Newcastle switch. I am now asking you to board this flight with me. Definitely, you know it is going to be interesting. It is going to be fun. We will be moving 360 degrees around the world of sports, stealing on all sporting events that happened during the course of yesterday and in the early hours of today. I am not alone in the building this morning. I have my very two gentlemen in the building. I have Benjamin with me this morning. Benjamin, good morning to you.
Good morning, Muna. Nice to be back again after a long while. Good morning, listeners. Welcome to Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM, my radio, your radio.
I also have my regular player with me, Oscar, who is also in the building.
Yeah, good morning, Muna, and good morning, Benjamin. Good to have you back. And then welcome all our listeners to this edition of Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM, my radio, your radio.
Oh, definitely we'll welcome you all to the program this morning. Quickly, we'll begin from the Formula One racing track. Remember, yesterday I told you that the Hungarian Grand Prix came to a final close yesterday, and we were able to see Max Verstappen make sure that he was able to come out victorious in that encounter. Lewis Hamilton again finishing second behind him in that very Hungarian Grand Prix, which was done on the 31st of July on Sunday. But we all were able to see Max Verstappen come out victorious in that encounter. Quickly, gentlemen, Oscar, quickly starting with you. Max Verstappen, once again, after the French Grand Prix, made sure that the Hungarian Grand Prix, before it used to be Lewis Hamilton showing up at the Hungarian Grand Prix, but this time around, it was a whole different story.
I told you that this merger between the Red Bulls and Porsche is going to smell bad for Hamilton, because you see what Verstappen is already doing with his Red Bull, and then we're talking about Porsche and how we all know how they manufacture their engines and how quick their cars are. And if Verstappen can do this with Red Bull, imagine what he will now do if he starts driving for Porsche. This is like a big worry for Hamilton and the Mercedes crew, and I wish to congratulate Verstappen also for his victory, and then I wish you see Hamilton fully back and competing like he used to.
Surely we would love to see Hamilton fully back in the racing track. Now moving over from what is in Formula One, we are moving over to boxing. Now during the course of the weekend, we were able to see a round of matches go down and make sure that yes, the boxing schedule that we all anticipated from July 30th was able to kick off. But now the main story this morning is the fact that Jake Paul has already cancelled his bout with Hasim Rahman Jr. Now, Benjamin, remember we have been talking about this precedented fight that we surely want to make sure that we see this encounter. Now, hearing news this morning that this fight has already been cancelled due to the fact that Jake Paul's promotion team make sure that for you to weigh to be able to fight this encounter, you must be 200 pounds. And currently, Hasim Rahman Jr. weighs 216 pounds at the moment. What do you feel is the strategy from the camp of Jake Paul this morning?
Well, actually, Muna, I'm going to say this. He's just looking for a way to back out of the fight because, like I said, he's just a YouTuber. He's just someone who is not even a professional boxer. So I think he's just looking for a way to back up. So he has seen an exit route, and then he wants to take this route. So him coming out against Hasim Rahman, it's going to be a suicide mission for him. So I think he knows what he's doing. He's just shining up. He's just afraid to go into that guy and get beaten. So it's a nice one for him. Let him focus on whatever his YouTube profession. Let him leave boxing. Boxing is not his calling.
Boxing is not his calling. Oscar, do you agree with Benjamin's opinion that boxing is not Jake Paul's calling?
I definitely agree with, because he has been running his mouth since, but immediately Rahman Jr. responded and he was like, okay, I'm not going to take this thing for a child's play. I'm going to go in there and I want to destroy Jake Paul. I think his camp now started to look for ways to avoid the fight from happening. They all know that Rahman Jr. is they should be. It was like an information that is already out there that this is how much he weighs, and you can't expect somebody to lose that amount of weight in a little, just because he wants to fight a YouTuber.
Actually, the thing is, it was announced on the 6th of July that he should make sure that before they will be able to commence it, before August 6th, he must lose and make sure that he has 200 pounds. How would that happen?
This is a tactic, to get out of a match where he knew he was going to get beaten and humiliated. So it's just what it is. His camp is frightened that what was going to happen on that day, and then they looked for the slightest of means to back out of the fight.
Now imagine cancelling the encounter with Tommy Fury, being replaced with Hasim Rahman Jr. And now you have run away from this encounter and you still run your mouth on social media. Let us see what Jake Paul will be able to say about this after, because for Hasim Rahman Jr.'s camp, he came out and took to his media handle and said that I'm not the one who cancelled the fight. You people should ask Jake Paul because he's chickening out of this encounter. So let's see how it all go for this man in their very, very own bout. Because if you ask me, I pray and hope that from now till the 6th of August, or possibly if they reschedule that encounter, we will surely want to see Jake Paul beaten so that he knows that boxing is not a game of running your mouth. Despite the fact we are still anticipating the 20th of August, 18 days from today, gentlemen. What are we to expect from the camp of Anthony Joshua? We are hearing that he is seriously ready for this encounter already. Both men have already locked horns together. They have faced each other. It was a very, very first face-off challenge, but both men are wanting to do all the talking on the 20th of August. What are we to expect from now till that 20th day of August?
Yeah, with all the mind games going on, Ruiz joining into the mind game players, saying he wants another third fight with Joshua, and with all the noise going about, with even Tyson Fury coming in to put his mouth in there, I just hope that Anthony Joshua has blocked all this noise and he's focused on his training and preparing for the match of his life, because that's what I call it. His opponent is not a pushover. Usich is going to go there in his beast mode, and if Joshua is not like 100% in his headspace, he's going to lose that fight. Everybody knows that. So I just hope that he has blocked out all this noise and he's fully ready and focused on the task ahead.
Yes, I agree with Oscar. Certainly, he should focus on his fight, and I think right now he has nothing to prove because he has won it all in terms of boxing. He's a world heavyweight champion. He has a lot of bouts under his belt. So him coming out and then listening to distractions, it might be his what undoing. So if I were to be on Anthony Joshua now, with him for an instant block every distraction from any other fight like Tyson Fury or Brian Ruiz from them, and then focus on this fight because his opponent, like Oscar rightly said, is not a pushover. He has shown his mettle, so he should focus on this fight, train in, work in, do his push-up well, do and ensure that what is in the right frame of mind, physically and mentally to
okay,
win that
quickly,
fight.
gentlemen, this morning, if you were usage, what would be going through your minds, and what would be your game plan going into this encounter, Oscar?
That's the thing with game plans about this fight too. The build up to this fight has been long coming. Everybody has had their opinions about the fight, and at some point it came out that everybody's going to change tactic. But
Definitely.
the thing is, Usage, having won the last fight, is going to come here with full of confidence, knowing that okay, I've beat him before. I think he's a bit scared of me. If you look at it, the way Anthony Joshua is preparing for this fight, he screams a little bit. He's like cautious about the fight.
Definitely, he's an underdog.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, as the underdog. So I think Usage is going to come in there being bullish, trying to close out the fight as early as possible, because that's the kind of person he is. He likes beating up people. Like, he doesn't go to fight you to win by the judges' call. He wants to knock you out. So I think Usage going into this fight he'll be full of confidence, expecting a win again.
Well, let's see how we go. Well, Benjamin, if you were in the mind of Usage this one, if you were in his camp, what would be going through your mind if you were Usage, knowing that Anthony Joshua now is seen as a minor where you are, and now all the pressure is possibly on both men? If you ask me, all the pressure is on both men, because Usage has already been overrated for this encounter. If you ask me, you wouldn't want to disappoint your fans, and Anthony Joshua has been underrated, hoping to be overrated if he gets into this encounter and gets the win. So if you were Usage, what would be going through your minds at this point?
Certainly, Muna, one thing is going to go to my mind, and that is victory. Because right now, the pundits has given me an upper edge over Anthony Joshua. That does not mean that Joshua is not going to be a pushover. Joshua, like I rightly said, he has been he has shown his mettle. He has shown that what he can bring to the boxing ring. So if I have to be Usage now, what I will do is prepare and ensure that what the pundits say, I prove them right, and in that ring, at least I knock, like Oscar rightly said, is this type of boxer that doesn't like winning by judges' decision. He likes to knock out his opponent. So I will work hard to ensure that what the pundits say actually come to pass. So I'll not relax or feel that okay, yes, Joshua is not the underdog, let me relax. No, because surprise might spring up on that day if I don't prepare well. So my major thing is prepare well and ensure that I go into that ring and come as successful.
Quickly, let us move over to our next story. Still in basketball this morning. Now, it is a very sad news this morning that we share to you that NBA legend Bill Russell, an 11-time NBA champion with the Boston Celtics and the first black head coach in the league, passed away peacefully on Sunday. According to a statement released by his family, he was 88 years old. In the family statement, it reads, and I quote, "It is with a heavy heart we would like to pass along to all of Bill's friends, fans, and followers. Bill Russell, the most prolific winner in American sports history, passed away peacefully today at the age of 88 with his wife Janine by his side. Arrangements for his memorial service will be announced very, very soon. He was a very, very renowned basketballer during his glory days, and he is said that he is the first black head coach to have made sure that he won the league with his very own team. A very, very great achievement, if you really ask me. The former president of the United States of America, the name of Barack Obama, came out and said that today we lost a giant. As tall as Billy Russell stood, his legacy rises far high, both as a player and as a person. So he even went alongside to comparing him with the great civil rights trailblazers, marching on with Dr. Martin Luther King and standing twice as tall with Muhammad Ali, as well as legends and greats in their very, very own dimension. So there we have it. It is with a very heavy heart. Billy Russell is already passed away 88. What are your words this morning, Benjamin?
Muna, certainly is a sad one, and like you rightly said, he made this by becoming the first
black coach to win the NBA championship.
Yes. Not only even winning the NBA, at least to coach an NBA team, the first black coach, and again made this by winning the league. This was really what they call it story, because at that moment racism was so high in the US. So imagine a black coach doing such a thing. That must have been an achievement. So it's really a sad one, but at least he has come to this world and showed that and left a legacy for other black Americans to follow. And I think it's going to be going to be missed in that NBA.
Definitely, we are going to miss this very, very great legend. Russell won 11 championships with the Celtics, including 8 straight championships from 1959 up until 1966. He was a 5-time NBA MVP and a 12-time All-Star player in the All-Star rankings. He led Boston Celtics to 2 titles, becoming the first black coach to win an NBA championship. So there we have it. It was very, very, very stellar performance from this young man while his glory days when he was alive. Oscar, what are your words for this great legend, Bill Russell?
Well, it's always a sad thing when a legend of sports is lost, and we commiserate with the family and praise that God gives them the fortitude to bear the loss. And he should know that he left a legacy and a footstep that many black great basketballers have followed in the name of Michael Jordan and all the other greats in basketball. And he should know that his legacy lives on, and we all hope that he's in a happy place.
Definitely, we know that your legacy lives on, and you will definitely be in a happy place. Now, living everything happening in the European scene, in other sports this morning, we are coming down to Africa and what is happening with us at the Commonwealth Games. Yesterday, it wasn't easy for Team Nigeria in table tennis, despite the fact that Kwadi Aruna on Sunday was able to help us enter the semi-finals of the ongoing Commonwealth Games in table tennis competitions. Yesterday, we lost to India 3-0 in our own. We lost 3 sets in that very, very account. Kwadi Aruna did everything possible, humanly possible to do, but he was not able to cruise past the Indian rivals. Shahat Kamal slayed world number 15. Kwadi Aruna, as defending champions, India rode past Nigeria 3-0 to make another final at the Commonwealth Games. So if we had won this, we would have been in the final scene if we can compete for gold medals. Now, what will be the way forward for Team Nigeria, Oscar? Knowing that it is what it is at this point.
Every loss I see is an opportunity to learn going forward. So the good thing is that they made it to that point, to the semi-finals, and losing to India is not, in table tennis, is not really something to be ashamed of.
Yes, because India are one of the best.
They are one of the best teams when it comes to table tennis. So losing in the semi-finals to India is not something to be ashamed of. But I think they learned 1 or 2 lessons from that match, and then maybe going forward, their next tournament, they will implement the things they have learned and go a step forward.
Oh, definitely. We hope that they'll be able to do well going forward. Now, Benjamin, this morning, Team Nigeria, as it stands now, we have 3 medals at this point. 2 gold medals from 2 women and 1 bronze medal from our very own male counterpart. Now, we were able to win these 3 medals all in weightlifting. Now, looking at the fact that Kwadi Aruna was not able to see here, he will get Nigeria up onto that podium. What will be your message now to other athletes who are still participating for Team Nigeria at this present Commonwealth Games?
So what I always observe about Nigeria contingents when it gets to international competition is that we normally do well in weightlifting. Weightlifting has always been the sports where we get the most medals. So my advice currently to other athletes is that they should train harder and ensure that they make the country better. They make the country proud by winning some medals for the country. And then for Aruna, it's not going to be a sad one, because when you talk about table tennis, you first of all mention the Asians, like likes of China, India, Indonesia. These were those that have the tennis before you talk about the Europeans and then the Africans.
Yes.
So because losing to Aruna, even after the match, the Indian counterpart or opponents rather said that Kwadi was a tough nut to crack, that he really played well. So Kwadi gave his best, but I think his best was not good enough. So he should go back and work on himself, and then and come back stronger. The other athletes, other people coming out to represent the country, they should do well to ensure that they really give Nigeria what we expect them to give us. And then for weightlifting, I don't have any fear concerning that. I think more medals will come up in weightlifting.
So we hope for more medals to come out in weightlifting.
Yes,
We definitely hope that more medals will come out in weightlifting. Now, still talking about athletics, still talking about everything happening about Nigeria. We'll move over to athletics this morning, but I'll be telling you that the under-20 athletics championships has already begun in Cali, Colombia yesterday, and our very own athletes that will represent Nigeria for the under-20 athletics championships will soon depart Nigeria to move over to Colombia, because the competition has already kicked off, and we'll be hoping to continue from where we stopped. The competition will end on the 6th of August, and Nigeria will be hoping to surpass its previous records. The last edition of the championships was held in Nairobi, Kenya, and Nigeria's track and field athletes set a new record in the country's participation in the event, finishing third on the medals table with an unprecedented 4 golds and 3 bronze medals. So, Benjamin, we were able to finish with 4 gold medals and 3 bronze medals in the last edition. What would be the setting stone now for the next edition, which is this edition that has already commenced already? What would you feel should be in the minds of our athletes for this very one?
Well, and one thing is certain, Muna, and the athletes currently want to better their last performance. And 4 gold and 3 bronze medal was really something that was good. But I think this time around they want to up their game and ensure that they win more golds and more silvers, even bronze medals. So one thing that I think they should do right now is to prepare more, because these are what they call it, a training tournament. It's an under-20 tournament for the young ones. So they should go out there and ensure that they make the country proud. It's going to be a tough one, because it's not going to be an easy one, especially when you meet the likes of the best from other countries. You are sure to encounter some challenges. But I believe that the Nigerian contingent will do well.
We hope that they are definitely going to do excellently well. Oscar, now this morning on the 20 athletics championships about to begin, and our athletes at their last edition in Nairobi, they were able to get 4 gold medals and 3 bronze medals. What should be their stepping stone in this very edition?
These type of tournaments are where champions are made.
Definitely. If I can remember, almost Wike was found out from this very one.
Yeah, this is where you make your name and then build from there. So I think they should, take a leap from the likes of Tobin doing their thing in the
commonwealth games and
world championship. So they should take a cue from there and then use them as channel them as something to look forward to, and then maybe go there and put in your best efforts and maybe get yourself understand. If any medal at all, you can always build from whatever you get here in the next tournament you're performing. So I think they should do their best, put in 100%, and then hopefully they get understands and make Nigeria proud.
We hope they will make Nigeria excellently proud. Now switching over to the European scene this morning, we will kick off from the women's edition of the Euros that just ended. England were able to defeat Germany 2-1, and now the next task for England now is the Finalissima, which is going to be coming up very soon. Now England will be taking on Brazil for the Finalissima, champions of Europe up against champions of South America. So who do you see winning this very encounter, Oscar?
Yeah, if people thought Germany and England was a heavyweight clash, they should watch the England versus Brazil clash, because that's the true heavyweight clash. These are like the 2 best female teams in the world, and Brazil, we all know that the metal that South America is known for when it comes to football. They have always been known as footballing nations, and Brazil at the top of it. We have produced the female players that have won some of the most Ballon d'Ors in female history. So I think that's going to be a really tough encounter for England, and it depends on how much you prepare for it. Don't see it as an off-season encounter. Don't see it as just another football match. You have to go there. It's the first time, so
it
sets precedence, and like it's history making when it said who is the first team to have won the women's Finalissima and your country is named. So it's a chance to put your country on the map again, and it's going to be a tough encounter. But if I'm picking who is going to win it, I will still love England to win it.
Love for England.
Yeah, because I still have some of my favorite players in England.
No problem. No
All
problem.
right, all right.
Benjamin, Brazil up against England for the Finalissima in the women's category.
First of all, I must agree with Oscar when he say England and Brazil are the top two teams. When
Yes.
you call in Brazil, you don't mention England. The next team you should mention USA.
Okay.
Because to me, USA is better than England. So this game is going to be a walk in the park for Brazil.
Okay.
But I see Brazil trashing, or what they call it, as in
no, Benjamin.
He's speaking like he did not watch the Euros.
I saw the finals.
Good,
I saw the way England played. England played well. They were really spectacular in doing the tournament. But to me, I still believe. Okay, imagine this will be the second trophy, major trophy that England has won.
Will be able to win. Yes.
Since they won Brazil, that was 1966 World Cup.
They won West Germany, rather. They won Germany. England male team.
That is it. So imagine a country winning just 2 national trophies.
Good.
I want to compare it to someone that a country that has won up to like 10 or 12.
Okay.
So to me, Brazil is still the top team when it comes to female football. So that game is going to be a walk in the park for Brazil. It will be an upset, a surprise, so a very big one for me. If England can win Brazil, but for me, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, we've been causing those upsets all year round in the women's team. England, they've been underrated much, but people don't really rate the English women's league these days. I watch it a lot.
Yes.
That's why I've been supporting England throughout these Euros, and I told you England was going to
win, and they won it.
And they won it. And we're still going to see what will happen.
Gentlemen, don't worry. We still have another section this morning. Now, the Premier League is about to begin. Okay. By the 5th of August, we are going to see a 2022-2023 Premier League season kick off. And every team has been busy in the transfer market. Now, quickly, let us look at the top 4 teams of the previous season. We had Manchester City, who were champions, Liverpool, who finished in 2nd position, Chelsea finished in 3rd position, and Tottenham Hotspur miraculously making sure they finish in the 4th position. Now, these 4 teams, gentlemen, pick out 2 teams that you'll be able to see how you can assess their squad moving into this season. Now, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City, 2 teams for both of you each, and assess their squad and know how they'll be able to perform in this coming season of 2022-2023 season. Benjamin, quickly, I will begin with you.
I'm going to pick Tottenham and Liverpool.
Okay, quickly.
Because Tottenham were really spectacular during the transfer season. They signed some great players. I think some wonderful players came into the team.
Definitely.
We have the likes of this player from Everton,
Richarlison. They were able to sign Richarlison.
Although some people argue that Richarlison is not this spectacular player that can give you 20 goals this season.
Definitely.
But when you compare it to the likes of Harry Kane, you compare it to the likes of you have Richarlison with Harry Kane, playing with Son, playing with some other great players in Tottenham. I think Tottenham has something to offer because Conte is really serious. Like you normally say, Conte really means business.
Definitely.
So this business. I won't be surprised if Tottenham wins the league.
Okay.
Because I want to see another Leicester this season. I want to see another Leicester. The second one, I'm not going to go for Liverpool. I'm going to go for Chelsea.
Okay.
But for me, Chelsea may not really do well this season because they really lost a lot of centre back. They lost likes of Cesar Spletta. They're on the brink of losing Alonso. They lost Rudiger. And they really not signed. Okay, Koulibaly was the only player that they signed. So, but Koulibaly cannot do all the old job. So, to me, Chelsea has that league age. They are not really strong in depth when it comes to squad. So to me, they'll really find difficult to compare with likes of Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, or even Manchester United.
So just leave Arsenal and Manchester United for another day. We are dealing on the top 4 of last season.
I think my pick for the team for the season. In short, my team for this season will be Tottenham Hotspur. And then my worry for the season will be Chelsea. Okay, it will be Chelsea. Yeah. Now, Oscar, I know you are a Chelsea fan and you have a lot to digest about Chelsea this morning. But quickly look at the remaining 2 top 4 teams from the last season. Yeah. Liverpool and Man City. What are we to expect?
Yeah, we are talking about the top 4 teams from last season, and they are calling Manchester United. I don't know that came in football. But let's talk about the people that actually matter. Because when you talk about the top teams in England, you're talking about Manchester City and Liverpool. So the thing is, these 2 teams are still going to be there come the end of this season. They are still going to be 1 and 2. But the thing is, I don't know in which order. but they're still going to be 1 and 2. Even if Tottenham were to win the league this season, it's not going to be a case of Leicester City.
Okay.
They don't have anything in relation with Leicester. Leicester came from almost being relegated to winning the league. Tottenham finished 4th. So if they win the league, it's not going to be a miracle. They had money to spend and they spent it. So coming to Manchester City, what they did in the transfer window, people were saying, okay, Aguero is gone, Sterling is gone. Yeah, the main impact they actually felt when I watched the Liverpool-Manchester City game was missing Sterling. It was Raheem Sterling that they missed most in that encounter, because Grealish was... he couldn't complete his one-on-ones. He couldn't put any crosses in the middle. You have a giant like Haaland in the middle, and no crosses came in. Even them Cancelo weren't playing in crosses. This is Erling Haaland we are talking about. He's going to out jump and bully everybody there. But that's something Guardiola should be looking at. Exploiting that his strengths. And then coming to Liverpool lost Sadio Mane. And people thought they signed a flop in Darwin Núñez. And now nobody is calling him a flop because he after the 4 goals he scored in preseason, they were like, yeah, it's preseason, it's just a friendly, and now he has gone and done it against Manchester City, and he scored the goal that
the clinching goal.
They killed the game off. So come the end of this season, we are still going to see Manchester City and Liverpool, but we don't know in which order, and they're the teams to beat in this competition.
But Muna, I'm having this feeling. I don't know whether it's my intuition, but I still think that Tottenham has something to give.
Don't worry, the season will soon commence. Don't worry. The thing is, from now up until the season will start, we'll be able to digest 4 teams from each of the sections in the Premier League. We'll be able to see how they can fashion out in the coming season. We're able to talk about, you gentlemen, we're able to digest the teams of Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham for the top 4 of last season. Tomorrow will be for Arsenal, Manchester United, and their co-owners West Ham and Newcastle. Were able to still finish in the same middle of the table. We'll keep going like that to know how you feel your team will perform in the coming season. 2022-2023 season Premier League will soon commence.
Can I just say one thing?
Quickly.
A mid-table team will always finish mid-table. I did not call any club though.
Let us quickly enter transfer updates this morning. Transfer updates are about to come your way. Aaron Ramsey is inching closer to joining OG Nice after terminating his contract with Juventus. Remember, Ramsey was able to play for Rangers during the loss in against Eintracht Frankfurt at the Europa League last season. Gattuso urges Otomelo to wait for Valencia, as General Gattuso is seemingly wanting to create a whole new different team and revolve it around Otomelo in midfield. So let's see how it will go for Gattuso. Inter Milan and Alexis Sanchez have reached an agreement to terminate contracts, as Marcel are seemingly in the race to sign Alexis Sanchez and see him become a player once again. Vecino has joined Lazio after undergoing medicals. Matthias Vecino is already presented as a Lazio player. Idrissa Gueye of Paris Saint-Germain is inching closer to making a return to the Premier League. He will be joining Everton for the new season, and the move is expected to be announced in the coming days. Now, Bernard Leno has already reached full agreements with Fulham, as the German goalkeeper will be heading over to the Craven Cottage, and they will pay £8 million to secure the services of Bernard Leno. Good business for Fulham, Oscar?
Yeah, definitely a good business. A fantastic business, if you ask me, for Fulham, because like I said the last time, I thought Bernard Leno would have gone to Leicester City because Kasper Schmeichel is leaving, and they don't have any strong replacement for him lined up, and I don't see anybody that would have been better than Bernard Leno. But the issue is the Kasper Schmeichel deal came to them suddenly, and they didn't have time to weigh their options. In the last minutes, they did go for Leno, but it was already too late, as Fulham was already negotiating for a very long time. So it's a good deal for Fulham.
Let us see how we go for Fulham in their very, very, very own deal with Bernard Leno. I'm to tell you that Giovanni Lo Celso, the Villarreal are proposing a loan move for now with an option to buy. But let us see how Tottenham Hotspur will respond to this very, very offer from Villarreal, the Yellow Submarines. Now, talking about the Yellow Submarines, yesterday or 2 days ago, we're able to see our boy Joe Aribo for Southampton pull up a very Ribery solo goal against Villarreal in their own preseason encounter, which will bring me to the fact that Joao Bibo now is already with Southampton. We are still going to talk about him when we'll be able to talk about the remaining teams in the Premier League. Gary Neville has mocked Manchester United's attempt to sign Frankie de Jong, because as I tell you at this point, Chelsea are preparing a bid for Frankie de Jong. Now, Benjamin, you are a Manchester United fan, and de Jong doesn't want to go to a Champions League bound team, and Chelsea is a Champions League bound team. What do you have to say about this transfer?
I understand what de Jong is trying to do. He doesn't want to play in Europa. He wants to play in Champions League. And really, it's not going to be his fault, because every player wants to play at that biggest stage, the biggest club competition in the world. So Manchester United, they have themselves to blame, because for them not qualifying for the Champions League was really their undoing, because some players are rejecting them based on that. So de Jong, one thing about a player is this. What I believe that is this, that no player is bigger than a club. So if you feel that you cannot come to the club when the club is suffering, then you don't have any business coming to the club when the club is.
You want people to join you and suffer. Okay, quickly, Oscar, what is your take? Do you see de Jong heading to Chelsea, or he will remain put in Barcelona?
I think he should stay put in Barcelona.
Okay.
I don't see him playing anywhere for Chelsea. Really, that midfield is packed, and Chelsea is not really selling anybody for the moment. But the thing is, if Barcelona were to pay what they owe de Jong, I think it will now be a good buy for anybody. But what I'm seeing is that Barcelona is looking for someone that will help them pay their debts, and then pay them money to
sign de Jong, and they'll not give him the money back.
And that is criminal. so I think if they don't want to pay him what they owe, they should keep hold of him, because I don't understand how you be owing a player and then you are signing new players and then paying them all sorts of amounts, and then he's just there. You're owing him, and he's just looking at you, and you're waiting for another club to take your debts out of your hand. So I don't think it's a good thing for Chelsea, a good deal for Chelsea to take now, unless Barca clears what they owe.
Let's see how it go for Frankie de Jong in the transfer market. Charles Ketelaere is already undergoing medicals with AC Milan, as he will soon be announced as an AC Milan in the coming hours. He was able to sign a contract that will tie him down up until 2027. He was signed from Atalanta at that point. Alexis Sanchez, as I said earlier, inches closer to joining Marseille. The 6 teams that are interested in Sergio Guardiola. He had a good season with Rayo Vallecano, and teams of Almeria, Real Mallorca, Elche, Espanyol, Eibar, and Levante want the services of Sergio Guardiola. Borja Mayoral has completed his transfer to Getafe from Real Madrid, as he has signed a 5-year deal and will cost the Southern Madrid club only 10 million euros. Erik ten Hag wants Dumfries at Manchester United, and it will cost them 40 million euros. Now, again, another question. You want to sign Denzel Dumfries to Manchester United. You still have Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You still have Diogo Dalot in your team at this point. What is the fate of Denzel Dumfries if he signs for Manchester United, Oscar?
If he signs for
Manchester United,
it's going to be a good move, because he keeps both Wan-Bissaka and Dalot on it. He's an upgrade to both of them.
True.
And then maybe, hopefully, he puts that thoughts that I've always had into the mind of someone like Erik ten Hag into converting Wan-Bissaka to a
centre back. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know how you can have somebody who is one of the best tacklers in the league, and you know you complain that he doesn't contribute going forward. Then convert him to where he's best suited to play. He will make a good centre back, and then there's Odofrai, who we know is that kind of attacking a wing back. He's done it with Inter Milan, and he at £40 million for a 26-year-old, he's not that expensive. Seeing how the market has been recently, so I think this is going to be a good move for Manchester United.
Yeah, Muna, I have watched Dumfries and Inter Milan. I'm really marveled. Like Oscar rightly said, it's an upgrade to both Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, because going forward he can contribute, and then he's a good tackler. He can mark you one-on-one. So he's going to be an upgrade, and again, good one for Manchester United, because now it has shown what depth in squad. Because likes of Dalot, likes of Wan-Bissaka, they will know that okay, yes, a player that is competitive is coming into the team, so they want to up their game. And once players see that some other good players are coming to the team, it boosts their confidence, meaning to play better. And that will be good one for the team. So I believe that it's going to be a good business. Like I said, it's not expensive. Manchester United should watch, should seal that day.
Well, let's see how it go for Denzel Dumfries in the very transfer window. I'm to tell you this morning that Chelsea want to challenge Manchester City for the signing of Marc Cucurella. No bid has been placed, no formal bid has been placed, but Chelsea are weighing up a bid for Marc Cucurella in the transfer market. If Cucurella makes this move to Chelsea, what will it become of Ben Chilwell on that left side of defense?
It certainly spells the end of Paco's Alonso for starters, and then Chilwell has a long way to go to get back to his best. We all know what ACL injury does to footballers.
Yes.
You see the likes of Hudson Odoi
he's still struggling till now
to get back his form. The likes of Loftus-Cheek, they haven't hit that peak again since after struggling with that kind of injury. So it's going to. We saw Chilwell play in the preseason. He was a bit rusty. I think that's what generated the concern to Thomas Tuchel. So he needs somebody to at least hold that place down. And the thing is, the thing that people don't really know about Chilwell is he can also play at right centre back, left centre back.
Yes.
So yeah, he's capable of playing there too. So it becomes an option too for him, so that he will steadily build his game up from there. And we also have a good replacement in Marco Cucurella.
Let's see how it go for Cucurella in the transfer window. Remember, he handed Brighton and Hove Albion a transfer request some days back. So let's see which team is going to secure the signing of this fantastic Barcelona academy left.
Do you know what I think is going to happen in that transfer?
What will happen?
Man City said they are not going to pay more than 40 million because Cucurella put in transfer request. I think Chelsea is going to bid 50 million and Manchester City is going to be like, okay, now we've decided to pay the 50 million. And knowing that they have an agreement with Cucurella already.
Yes.
If Man City brings that money,
it is definitely going to be Man City.
So I think another Kunde is brewing for
Chelsea.
Yeah. So that's why I smell again.
Let's see how it go for Cucurella in the transfer market. Now, still talking about transfers, Martin Braithwaite has suitors in La Liga Santander and is expected to leave Barcelona as SSL. We are seeing Celta Vigo and Getafe, the two best placed teams to sign the Danish striker. Not to forget that Oscar Mingueza has also made a move to Celta Vigo already at the moment. Alex Telles could leave Manchester United at this point, seeing that he was not able to land a starting shirt in Manchester United because of last season. Fabregas plans on becoming a coach. He has just signed with Como in Serie B, and there are reports saying that he's also one of the board members in the team. Now, do we see Serge Fabregas being a fantastic coach in his career? Benjamin?
Yes, I believe he's going to be a fantastic coach because he trained under one of the best managers, one of the longest serving manager in Premier League. If not the longest serving, that is Arsene Wenger.
Yes.
He also trained under the likes of I think he played
Jose
under
Mourinho.
Under Jose Mourinho. He also played under
Pep Guardiola in Barcelona.
So he learns from the best. So and I think he's going to do well. But my problem is this. My problem about all these ex-players is that when they get there, they tend to feel the pressure to get the ball rolling. You don't know that coaching is a due process. You learn on the job. You get to first of all lose, fall, and then get up and rise and then win your games. But I think Fabregas should just take his calm, to learn from the best, and also ensure that coaching is a learning process. You learn, and then before you gather the experience. So I think he's going to do well in his coaching career.
Well, Oscar Vincent Kompany is currently the head coach of Burnley at this point, and Burnley were able to win their first game against Huddersfield by a lone goal to nil. We are seeing ex-players make sure that they come back and make a return in the footballing arena. What does this smell for current players in the league?
Yeah, it's always good to start from a B team, maybe a championship team or the League B team when you want to make your move into coaching. Because there is less pressure for you to perform. There are no much eyes on you, and you're going to do your thing low key, and then you build from there. It's always like that. If you check the coaches that have made the big step, that's how they started. Even Pep Guardiola started with Barcelona B team before he was called up, and Xavi started far away
outside
in the Middle East, and before he was called up, Frank Lampard started with Derby County, and Steven Gerrard started all the way
from Rangers.
So it's always better to start from where all the limelight will not be on you, and then build yourself gradually. I think Fabregas is going to make a good coach.
Let us see how Fabregas will be when he becomes a coach. 08151017777 or 09071121017. You could also send text messages on Facebook because we are live on Facebook at the moment. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Also, we make sure that you call us back 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. We will still read your text messages on Facebook. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah,
good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Iketa. My location is Umuchu.
You're welcome. Quickly.
Yeah, please, I just want to ask a question. People origin of Liverpool that moved to England, why has he not featured in any of their preseason matches?
He hasn't featured in any of their preseason encounters due to the fact that he's still getting acquainted with the club, and he had a minor knock before leaving Liverpool on transfer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much for calling. Before Divock Origi left Liverpool, he was on injury, and that is why he has not been able to feature for AC Milan at this point. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, welcome. Welcome. Same to you.
Same
You
to
wish
you.
the best.
I want to start with our athletics and our commonwealth. I think with the under-19 athletics, I will get together up, and I pray that the Almighty God will get to their goals and is a starting point for them. I'm prayerful because they do this thing of yes, and to the athletics and they are doing wonderful. I think I heard before that they want their first letter. They are now talking on the 9th. On the 9th is the date now. But they just try to pray out that they are still coming up, and I know many of our athletes are waiting to make the day because the motivation is very high, especially to the Amusa and
It's a Brume.
Just imagine. Just imagine.
Okay.
Hey.
No problem. Okay. Quickly, thank you. Thank you very, very much for your contribution
Thank
this
God
morning.
you have back from the caller.
Yes.
Manchester United, you guys just keep on underrating us. Oscar, I won't tell something until maybe perhaps the middle of the season when
same people that threatened us with the father of Gengem Press.
No problem.
No
we
problem.
have come up with the Eric Ten Hag. You remember what he did at Ajax?
No problem.
He was so spectacular in Ajax, and look what he has done in preseason. So don't worry. Manchester United, we are coming.
No problem. Tomorrow we are still going to do this. On Facebook, we have Francis Uzonamani saying that he's watching live from Enugu State. Thank you very much for watching. Good morning, my analyst in the studio. Keenly looking forward for the commencement of the EPL this season, which is starting off on the weekend. Thanks and have a very nice day. We say thank you to you as your text message. We have good morning, Mona, Oscar, and Benjamin. For Joshua, the fight with Yoshic will be make or mad encounter for him. A loss will be devastating for him, and we'll see his profile and prestige on a downward spiral. Chelsea should note that top 4 qualification is becoming hotter and more competitive. They should brace up for the task ahead. Nwosu Nsidawa from Aaron Dizogo. Thank you very much for that text. Very quickly, you are my last caller this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, you guys. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Please, Mona,
Quickly.
I want to know if Man United has made any big signing.
No, none for now. Nothing for now.
Nothing for now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you very, very much for calling this morning. Gentlemen, this is what we'll have to call it a wrap-up. The last words this morning before we call it a show, a quit.
All right, my last one is going to be that I believe on Joe Aribo. I watched his goal, what do you call it? And the one he scored against Villarreal. The goal was so wonderful, and in fact, the goal was so good that all the fans, the away home fans and the away fans, they all stood up to clap for him. It was so wonderful. So I think it will come good for Southampton. And then for Tottenham, I still have the belief that Tottenham has something to offer in the PPL this season.
Quickly, Oscar, your last words this morning.
I just hope, with all the hype about the 2022-2023 season starting this weekend, we just hope that it lives up to the hype and doesn't disappoint us when it actually starts, and everybody is pumped up, waiting for the weekend to, get into the EPL.
Well, let us see how it will all go tomorrow. We are still going to make a return on the show Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM and radio, your own radio. On behalf of Benjamin and Oscar this morning, it is me, Mona, your host, telling you bye-bye for now. And remember to still keep it locked on this station.